All right, welcome back to JT's Record Room. And guys, it is Tuesday, and this is the day that I like to show my new vinyl buys. And so I'll go ahead and get started. I just have 5 records today. And this morning, it was really great. Rich Strickler and I got together and we did a video together on Jackson Browne. We covered the first album and then we covered the second album, and we're going to release them separately. And Rich will prep that and get that ready for this coming weekend. I'd say about Friday evening. So that, I mean, it was really great doing that. Rich and I have a lot in common. We like our singer-songwriters. So let me go ahead and get started. I did a video yesterday and it ran just under 20 minutes, so I'm not going to do that to you today. And I have 5 records to show. And first of all, here's one that, these are all 5 new records, remastered vinyl. And I'm going to show Big Star, guys. Bam! Big Star is so wonderful. You know, they formed in 1971 in Memphis, Tennessee. You have Alex Chilton, the great Chris Bell, Jody Stevens, and Andy Hummel. And, you know, they had 4 amazing years for this band. And they reformed about 18 years later in the early 90s. I think it was 93, 94. It was really a big deal when they got back together. Because in that 4 years, guys, with Big Star, as we know, they were so seminal and influential. There we go. There's the boys. Influenced so many singer-songwriters, bands, you name it. And here's the hype. And I did break this out, and I did spin this. This is a craft recording. And this, let me see, this is all analog. And here, let me show you. There we go. You know, they're so Beatles, Birds and Stones influence as well. And all this mastering was done by Jeff Powell. So a really cool record to have. Wonderful record to have. And next up, let me go ahead and show a record that I just love, love, love. And that would be Nick Drake. And man, love Nick Drake. Pink Moon, this is my favorite record. I was always into Nick Drake on CD, digital. I have everything that he ever did or that was released. And this is my only vinyl record. I'm going to keep this sealed a while longer. And, you know, Nick Drake passed away in 1976. And this was the only record that was ever released on vinyl back when Nick was alive. I mean, what a shame. You know, artists become famous after they pass on. I mean, it's just, it's somewhat criminal in a lot of ways. He just was not really appreciated enough. And here's a really cool back cover. And so many, this is on Island Records from, he wrote it in 1972 and it wasn't released until 1974. And so many great, great tracks on this record. All right, so the third record, let's see here. Moving on to the mid and late 70s to the UK in more of a new wave vein, and that would be Ian Dury and the Blockheads. And Ian Dury hails from London, and really this is, he was really big at the height of the new wave scene in 1978, Elvis Costello, Ian Dury, and such. You could say it's punk, post-punk, funky, and even a little disco. And you know, the records that I really liked, I've never had them on vinyl, but his first record was New Boots and Panties, and that was from 1977. And then the second one was Do It Yourself, and that was from I think it was from 1979. So the first 2 records I really enjoy a lot. And here are the tracks. And he was an art student at like the Canterbury College of Art, which has a new name. And he was a teacher there as well. He had a band before the Blockheads, but of course we know him as Ian Dury and the Blockheads. And here's that hype. Now, this is my newest record of all. I just received this in the mail. And next up would be an artist that I just absolutely love. This is BJM, Brian Jonestown Massacre. And this is bringing it all back home again. And it's really a play on the Bob Dylan album. And by the way, happy birthday, Mr. Dylan. Your 80th birthday yesterday, May 24th. And I wish you many, many more birthdays for sure. We love having you around, and we're just glad you're still here. So with Brian Jonestown Massacre, a lot of you are familiar, but if you're not, you know, he really has a Stonesy thing going on, big time. And a bit of a fixation on Brian Jones of the Rolling Stones as well. Here are the tracks. This is a real country rock outing for this record. And this record came right after Strung Out in Heaven, which was a really good BJM record. They're all good. I think Anton Newcomb is a genius. I mean, he is really something. I mean, you know, in the 90s, him and the Dandy Warhols, I mean, you could see that that Anton Newcomb had his share of problems, you might say. But he's a musician. He's creative. He's a singer-songwriter. So BJM, love it. And lastly, guys, I'm going to show one more. And here's a band that hails from, not sails, they don't sail to Seattle, hails from Seattle. And it's not an early 90s band. It's more of an emo, late 90s. And that would be, guys, Modest Mouse. And this is Isaac Brock's second album. This was recorded at Moon Studios in Olympia, Washington. And this is straight up indie rock. You can say emo. They had to, you know, slap that on there. But I think a lot of it is because Isaac Brock has such that distinct vocal style. And there's so many great, I mean, there's Out of Gas on here, Long Distance Drunk, Shit Luck is so good, Polar Opposites, Bankrupt on Selling, Lounge. I mean, just the whole Trucker's Atlas. This is just a great, great album. And my wife's friend gifted this to me a couple of years ago, and I just don't want to open it. I have this on CD, and I have a Modest Mouse playlist in my car that, you know, I put my favorite Modest Mouse songs on there from different albums. But again, and here's the hype. And Jeremiah Green is on drums here, and Eric Judy, you know, because they make up Modest Mouse along with Isaac Brock, the creative force behind the band. So that's about it. I just, you know, every Monday I want to show about 5 records or 6, maybe 7, but probably about 5 of my new vinyl buys on Tuesdays. So, hey guys, take care. Thanks a lot, and thanks for watching. We'll see you. Okay, bye.